This is the Garden of English. I'm Tim Freitas, and I am here to help. Well, actually, today, Riley is here to help. You'll understand what I mean by that in a bit. Almost every year, AP English language students struggle the most with the rhetorical analysis essay. In fact, as far back as I can remember, only twice has it not been the lowest scoring essay of the three that are included on the AP Lang exam. So, today I wanted to take some time to look at an actual student essay that responds to the publicly released rhetorical analysis prompt from the 2012 AP Exam Administration. This prompt is about a press conference that President John F. Kennedy held when some corporate executives raised steel prices in the midst of a trying time in United States history. I'm going to put the prompt up on the screen and you can pause and read it. But if you want to check out Kennedy's full remarks, you'll want to click on the link that's included in the description below this video that has the entire prompt and excerpt right there. You can also access it right here. Alright, let's check out the prompt. Alright, in order to answer this prompt correctly, you would have to be able to identify Kennedy's purpose by the time you've finished reading his remarks. Then, would have to explain how he makes different choices throughout different parts of his text to convey that purpose. Now, I'm going to show you a student essay that did this quite well and situated these choices within the broader context of the rhetorical situation that was identified in the prompt and throughout the reading. The following essay we're going to look at was written by one of my students named Riley. It's really well done, and as I have you read parts of her essay, I'll point out things that you might want to mimic in your own writing. A document containing Riley's full essay is linked in the description right below this video, so you can have a copy of it too if you want to read along or read the whole thing. Anyway, I'm going to begin by showing you her introduction paragraph in just a second. I want you to give it a read, and I'll go over what makes it so strong. Pause the video when the intro shows up on your screen so you can give it a thorough read. Alright, let's highlight what's awesome about this introduction. I want you to notice how Riley not only provides information about the rhetorical situation from the prompt, but also ties it to the exigence when she recognizes that President Kennedy faced a challenge when calling for stable prices. By doing this, Riley begins to demonstrate a strong knowledge of how context and exigence function to motivate a speaker to make a claim to an audience for a purpose. Now, in the second sentence of the intro, I need you to notice how Riley accurately uses em dashes to create a non-essential. And that non-essential inferentially and realistically speculates about what Kennedy could have done, but chose not to. This is a great choice on her part because here, Riley actually uses this speculation to emphasize the choices that Kennedy actually made and then lists them out. She reveals that Kennedy exposes the steel executive's selfishness, details the earth-shattering consequences for the steel company's dangerous actions, and reveals the lack of a need for a price increase. Identifying choices is key in earning the thesis point on exam day, and there are 3 clear choices listed here. Now, finally, she includes the purpose for all of Kennedy's choices at the end of her intro. Kennedy wants to urge the executives to reduce their prices out of guilt, and he wants to potentially move the fearful American public to revolt against the steel company's decisions. Folks, this paragraph demonstrates such a strong understanding of the rhetorical situation and the task delineated in the prompt. It also includes purposeful choices that Riley herself makes as a writer. Now, if you recognize that you would like more ways to learn more about the rhetorical situation and how it functions, you could check out my Unit 1 and my Unit 2 videos found in the Garden of English's Lang Support for students. Lang Support is a video guide that is specially built to help you earn high marks in your AP Lang class and earn a qualifying score on your AP Lang exam. It includes exclusive videos, practice worksheets, tons of practice multiple choice, and multiple practice exams. You can find more information linked in the description of this video or right up here. You can actually sign up to have access to all of Unit 1 for free as well. But anyway, let's get back to celebrating Riley's work. Before we look at a full body paragraph, I want to highlight how well constructed Riley's topic sentences are, even though the second one is a little bit clunky, but that's okay. Let's take a look at them. I want you to pause the screen when they pop up. Here they are. Alright, here's why these topic sentences rock. The topic sentences establish an easily recognizable line of reasoning by including transitional language. Notice how she includes the phrase begins by in topic sentence 1, the word following in topic sentence 2, and the phrase finishes by in the third topic sentence. Each topic sentence includes not only a rhetorical choice, but also the rhetorical effect of that choice, and they follow the order from the thesis. Topic sentence 1 reveals the choice of unearthing the greed of the executives and includes the rhetorical effect of self-reflection and frustration. Topic sentence 2 includes the choice of speculating about devastating consequences and connects such to evoking guilt in the executives and fear and anger in the American public. And topic sentence 3 includes the choice of exposing the lack of need for the price increase and the effect of further emphasizing the corporate greed, which should further evoke outrage. Now, if you're the type of person that struggles with identifying rhetorical choices and/or rhetorical effects, I have videos that can help you with that. They have thumbnails that look like this, and they are linked in the description, and of course, right up here. But okay, now let's look at a full body paragraph so we can trace the moves that make this essay work so well. We're only going to look at one body paragraph together, but all three of Riley's paragraphs actually function the same way. So you can read her other paragraphs and see that she makes the same strong moves throughout the paper. Take a moment to pause the video here and read Riley's first body paragraph. Alright, so we already talked about the strength of the topic sentence, so let's now focus on her evidence integration. The text she chose to include matches the rhetorical choice she put in her topic sentence. She included textual evidence that exemplifies the greed of the executives, especially in relation to the selflessness of typical Americans. Also, Riley seamlessly integrated her textual evidence with her own words by summarizing the context of the textual evidence she was including, and then only selecting short parts from the sentences that she needed to embed with her own words. Riley recognized the greater rhetorical situation when she did this by mentioning the proxy wars that JFK was referring to. And this reveals her deeper understanding of history that was not explicitly detailed in the prompt. It was only implied by the reading. That's a sophisticated move right there. Furthermore, Riley's fluid quote integration is impressive, and most students do not do so on the exam. So, if you can fluidly and seamlessly integrate the quotes within your own words and sentences, you will stand out on exam day. It's an advanced writing skill. Honestly, you can't tell where Riley's words end and JFK's begin besides the fact that you can see quotation marks. But now let's look at her commentary. You need to notice that she does mention frustration in the first sentence of her commentary, which connects the evidence back to the ideas of the topic sentence. She implies self-reflection on the part of the steel companies and their executives with her last sentence of commentary when she explains how those executives would want to regain the president's approval once they realize the president and all of the country are disgusted and disapproving of their behavior. Notice the strong verbs that Riley includes throughout her commentary by relying on words and phrases like displays, contrasting, highlighting, causing, evaluate, ignore, neglect, position, decrease, and regain. Those are power verbs and show significant comprehension as to how JFK's choices are meant to create meaning and contribute to the audience's understandings and responses. Finally, look at all of the cause and effect language that she puts into her commentary. Honestly, folks, as you discuss rhetorical effects, you should see plenty of cause and effect language in your commentary. Riley includes words and phrases like because, consequently, since, due to, thus, if, should gain, furthermore, and due to the fact that. All of these are delicious.
It's so delicious.
And all of them are purposeful. But alright, let's begin to finish up this video by looking at the conclusion and seeing what she does there. I want you to pause the screen and give this conclusion a quick look. Notice how this particular conclusion doesn't just summarize the paper. Instead, it works to provide an overarching look at JFK's purpose, just like the prompt was asking for, and it does so with a purposeful metaphor on Riley's part. Riley embraces the steel motif as she mentions the negative connotations of rust and the damaging effects that steel blades can have, especially when they're meant to cut and destroyed. She then ties these metaphors to the rhetorical situation that Kennedy immediately deals with in her second sentence. And she follows by adding a final sentence that is meant to extend what happened in this particular rhetorical situation in 1962 with a more universal application to American politics throughout time. She also included some on-point textual evidence integration in that last sentence. Well done, Riley. Well done. Folks, Riley's provided you with the blueprint for how to write a 141 on exam day. But if you want even more rhetorical analysis instruction that's broken down even more, you will want to check out what's about to pop up on your screen right after you press the like and subscribe buttons.